Hello everyone, my name is Xin Zhu and I'll introduce data analytics today. Data analytics is the science of examining raw data with purpose of collecting information and draw conclusions from this data. It was widely used in many industries to allow organizations and companies to make decisions and to verify or disprove existing models or theories. And there are three different types of data. First one is data analytics. It refers to the process of collecting, organizing, and analyzing large sets of data to discover patterns and other useful information. Data analytics can help organizations to better understand the information contained within the data and will also help identify the data that is most important to the business and future business decisions. Data analytics basically wants the knowledge that comes from analyzing the data. There are several examples we will use data analytics. For example, we can decode human DNA in minutes, predict when terrorists plan to attack, and which ads you are most likely to respond on Facebook. After that, it comes to data mining. Data mining requires a class of database applications that looks for hidden patterns in a group of data that can be used to predict future behavior. True data mining software does not just change the presentation, but actually discover previous unknown relationship among the data, and it can be used in many industries. I want to point out its importance in healthcare. Data mining holds potential for the healthcare industry to enable health systems to systematically use data and analytics to identify inefficiencies and the best practice that improve care and reduce costs. Last but not the least, it is cognitive computing. Cognitive computing is the simulation of human thought process in a computerized model. It involves self-learning systems that use data mining, pattern recognition, and natural language processing to imitate the way human brain works. The goal of cognitive computing is to create a system that can solve problems without human help. The most famous example of cognitive computing is IBM Watson. IBM Watson is described as capital capable of getting smarter. It's able to learn from prior interactions and it can understand natural language and can generate evidence-based hypotheses. Watson is built to mirror the same learning process that we have through the cognition. What drives this process is a common cognitive framework that humans use to inform their decisions, observe, interpret, evaluate, and decide. And there are three latest traits in cognitive computing. First one is vertical industry specializations. The industries that are most ripe for cognitive computing are ones where there is an abundance of multiple structured data, which can drive better business and consumer decisions. This includes travel and retail. In travel, cognitive apps eliminate the arduous process of serving more than 20 sites. And as for details, Cognitive app can act as a personal shopper, answering frequently asked questions about products and make recommendations based on your previous purchase interests and needs. After that, it comes to depersonalization. Cognition computing that can deliver truly personalized customer experience will become the next generation market leader in this rapid changing space. Finally, it comes to big push by the big four. We are already seeing big companies such as PwC use cognitive computing to allocate more resources. Cognitive computing holds great promise and seems essential for success. And there are some reasons that prove why data analysis is so important. First, data analysis is important to business. No business can survive without analyzing available data, whether one wants to arrive at some marketing decisions or come up with some strategies. Data analysis is the key to all the problems. It can structure the findings from survey research or other means of data collection. Let's take a costume outlet as an example. It's an online web shopping site. They start to look at their data to find out what people were looking for a year ago. They tried experimenting with different kinds of customer instead. They make sure that some people got one and others got another. By doing so, they boost their sales. And there are five common business objectives. For lead generation sites, the goal is to collect user information for sales teams to connect with potential leads. For content publishers, the goal is to encourage engagement and frequent visitation. For branding, the main objective is to drive awareness, engagement, and loyalty. Let's review the key points. First, I introduce what is data analytics, and there are three types of data. There are analytics, mining, and cognitive computing. And I also introduce some applications of those three different data. And finally, we discuss the reasons why data analytics are so important. And my question is that is IBM Watson is a great example of data mining? And no. Here are some links for my presentation. And thanks for hearing. That's all.